My man. There he is, the one and only Big Rig, Pat Maroon. What's going on, brother? You there? You with me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, brother. You got me?
Yep.
There we go. You're good, buddy. That works. The newest ambassador of the Tampa Bay Lightning. How does that sound?
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm excited to get going.
It's crazy too. Like, when did you know that Tampa was going to be your home? Like, obviously, like after all said and done, you're looking around and you're like, shit, this is the place I want to be, especially in the winter. But at what point in your career, like when you were here, did you go, I'm probably going to set my, I was probably going to plant my roots here when it's all said and done?
Oh, I think just playing here. I think, my first year here, I was living in Harbor Island and we loved it. And then when I signed again, we moved over to Davis Island where all the guys were living. And, we took a liking to it really fast. And we kind of knew right away after the 2020 run. I think after that run, we're like, yeah, we're going to call this place home. So we love it here in Tampa. And, it's a great community and easy to get around and easy living.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now you're going to be an ambassador for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And you've seen Brian Bradley, walking around and Dave Vanderchuk. And it's still crazy Brian Bradley hasn't lost his freaking Canadian accent. And he's been there freaking 30 years. But how exciting is that going to be? Because I know you've loved doing that anyway, being here in the Tampa Bay area. But to be able to go out and do the community stuff and to be able to do some more TV stuff, how excited are you for that?
Yeah, I'm excited. It keeps me busy, keeps me involved in the game too a little bit. So I'm doing a little TV broadcasting. So, it's going to get me involved in the game, being around the locker room, being around the coaches and the guys again, and just to be able to talk hockey and, give my thoughts on the game and to watch it, and really looking forward to that. And like I've told, the last few days, being a part of the Tampa Bay Lightning organization has been great. Jeff Vinik has done an amazing job of what he brings to the community, and I think it's a trickle-down effect for not only his employees, for Vinik Sports Group, and not only the players that want to go out there and help and kind of see what he does. And now it's, as players, we can only give time as much as we can during the season to give back. But, this is my time to now get into the community, get back, and doing some visits and, going to boys hockey, girls hockey, hospital visits. So it's going to be fun for me to, get back out in the community and help out as much as I can.
Rick, Nick Paul told me a couple months ago, he goes, Jay, it didn't take long. He goes, I wasn't even out of Ottawa yet. And I felt like I was part of the team because I think at the time, like Stammer's wife reached out to his then girlfriend. And like, what is it about the group? And we know about the organization as a whole, but what is it about the group of players that when a guy comes in there, it doesn't take long for him to be able to mesh into the entire group?
Well, I think the biggest part is no one, you're a top player or you're a fourth line player. No one really cares in that locker room. Everyone has one goal. It's one goal to win and build a bond and build a championship, locker room. And that's the beauty of it. And it's not only that, it's the wives in the room getting along. It's the guys in the room getting along, everyone hanging out, everyone living close by together. And, we just wanted to make it family. And that's what we did. We wanted everyone to feel special when they walked in that locker room. We wanted to make sure you're a part of this group and you're going to be a part of it for a long time, And I think that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to build the right culture for not only us, but our families, our wives, and everyone that surrounded us. So we want to make sure everyone felt welcome. And, that's one of the reasons why we're staying too. And that's why probably most of the guys that have been playing here, past, present, have kind of migrated back to Tampa area because it's one big community. It's one big family. And that's why, we love it so much. And that's why everyone in that locker room loves it so much because everyone's one big family that really care about each other, not just the hockey player, but the human being.
I want to ask you about Jon Cooper. When he's not making fun of me for the crazy colored shoes I'm wearing, he's actually doing a pretty damn good job of coaching the freaking hockey team. What is it about him, Pat? Because you've been around him for so long. You've known him for so long, even prior to your Lightning days. Like, what is it about Coop? Because I think it goes deeper than the X's and O's. It's about like how he talks to you guys. He treats you like men, like being a guy that's in that locker room and listening to him. What is it like? What's the secret sauce to the success of Jon Cooper?
Well, I think you just said it. I mean, he treats everyone like men, and his communication skills are probably the best I've ever seen in coaching. You know, the way he communicates with the guys, the way he presents himself, the way he is, the confidence that he brings in the locker room that kind of it's contagious. It you get back to the players. That contagiousness rubs off from the players, and I mean his coaching style is a unique coaching style, but he's really good X's and O's. But I think the way he communicates in between games, the way he kind of changes things on the fly, and kind of one thing about Coop that I really love is he lets the players have the room when he wants to. When the players need to have the room, and kind of his voice is there, but he's like, you guys have the room. It's your moment. I'll come back, you know, and I think that's a unique way to coach too. It's just like, you know, we'll have our space, you have your space, and then we'll connect the next day. You know what I mean? I think that's another reason why he's such a good coach too. But I think his swagger, his confidence, and his communication skill is really good.
I think it's important to be in any aspect of life to be successful is being able to read the room,
Yeah.
pulse. It's like nobody wants some awkward person kind of hanging around. And you listen. Sometimes the best thing you do is just shut your mouth and listen, even when you're in a position of power like that. And he's, obviously also Mr. TNT. You had a foray there on Mr. TNT yourself. What was that like? First off, being next to Biz, who's just been crapping on the Lightning for the last decade, and also just being there with Liam and the guys. Like you fit right in, man. It just seemed like you were made for it. What was that, national TV exposure like that?
Yeah, they really made me feel welcome. It was really great. It was really fun to be a part of it. It was fun to see what they do behind the scenes and how they break down plays and what they're going to talk about with the producer in between periods. So really fun stuff. And Biz is a natural at it. I learned a lot from him. I think my biggest takeaway from being on TNT is, yeah, we can talk about hockey. You're good at talking hockey and breaking down plays. But I think the biggest thing is just being yourself, being funny. I was a little nervous, obviously, first time being on national TV like that. And so I was kind of not myself. I was trying to talk hockey, but I think the biggest thing I've taken away from listening to Anson, Liam, Hank, just have fun with it. Say what's on your mind, joke around, be you, and you'll be successful at it. So I think that was the biggest thing I kind of took away from it. Yeah, we can talk hockey. Everyone's good at that, but you can also be funny and say what you're thinking, what's on your mind.
I'm going to go out of left field on this one because I played roller hockey on Long Island for about 8.5 years. So I played all the way from Center Moriches all the way out into Western Nassau before we got into the city. What are your favorite memories? Because I saw you just playing a couple months ago. What's your favorite memory of playing roller hockey growing up? And what do you remember about playing on the island if you did it all?
Yeah, I did. I mean, just playing with your best friends. I mean, I think I grew up playing roller hockey. My best friend owned a roller hockey rink. Now my uncle kind of owns it now. And, just going to the rink every day with your buddies during the summer, your parents drop us off. We're there from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They give us $3. We go to the snack machine, grab a soda, grab some chips. And, you're just hanging, playing 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, just hanging around. But I think my best moment was probably this year, assisting on my son's goal and getting an opportunity to play with him in roller hockey in the pro division. So, that was a really cool moment for myself and being a part of that, because I know the ice hockey part was, he's playing, but I don't think I had another 5 years in me. But yeah, it was good. I grew up playing roller. I love roller. And, I think that was my best moment this summer, assisting on my son's goal.
Yeah, I remember teams like the Cusack Bulldogs and all the different chassis inside. We beat them 1-0. I scored the only goal. I was a Dan Girardi blocking shots, first line defenseman while everybody else was going up and doing the heady stuff. And I was the shot blocker and I scored that goal to beat them. And I was like, yeah, that's like I could have died right there at 16 years old. Buccaneer season starts on Sunday. One thing that I loved about you guys, I saw you, I think it was last year, the year before, is the group of you guys that go out to all the games and you do all this stuff together. It's one thing to have like a tight knit group when you're there, but to be able to travel and meet up for games and you see Pointer gets lost and you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man, let's go. You guys are going to your seats. What is that like to be able to kind of be out in public with the guys? Because it's not forced. Like, you guys don't have to. You could be with your families, and you guys are all family guys too. But to be able to go out in public and go to these games and to celebrate Team Tampa Bay, I mean, that's got to be pretty damn cool too.
No, it is. I think we built a relationship with the football players too.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to migrate onto the island and getting to know the players over time, and um, you know, as players too, it goes back and forth. They support the hockey, we support the football, and any chance we get the opportunity to go to a game, we're there to support them. But we go as a team too. Like you said, we're one big family, and Tampa Bay football's been hot lately, right?
Mm-hmm.
They won when we were winning, and now with Baker coming in and he's playing lights out, and with their receivers and now their O line, I mean, they're just going to be another good year for Lightning. So it's been fun to watch them and get to know those guys over time and support them, because I think, when you're playing professional sports and you're a professional athlete, I think that's one of the coolest, unique things is when there's a crossover, when
Mm-hmm.
both teams are supporting each other. I think that's cool and unique, and it's fun for the players too, because then you get to cheer for them and they get to come over and cheer for you, and we all become big fans of each other.
People ask me, they go, Jay, what was the best boat parade? And for people that don't know, they say, oh, it must have been the Brady one. I go, no. The best boat parade, in my opinion, you could correct me if I'm wrong, was the first one, because the first one, nobody knew what the hell they were doing. All the Russians wanted to go on one, so the media ended up going on Vazzy's boat, which was great. And we were out there for like 2.5 hours, and then it ended up at Raymond James Stadium, and then the iconic pictures with you and Cooch and the whole crew. And then I remember I had a picture of you and Sonia Bryson, the fantastic anthem singer that we have for the Tampa Bay Lightning. What are your fond memories of that first boat parade? Do you think it was the best one? Because there really was no rhyme or reason, and we're coming out of COVID. So that was really one of the first times there was a bunch of people together. That was pretty freaking iconic, my brother.
No, that was. I think when the idea came to us, I mean, that was an iconic moment for sports in general, having the first ever parade on water, and then going over Raymond James. I mean, we were all pretty shit-faced, I'll tell you that. I just remember I was next to Shaddy, and I'm like kind of dozing off, sleeping, and they call my name, and Shaddy's like, hey, you have to go on stage. I'm like, for what? And then obviously my mumble started coming out and my speech came out, but yeah, it was an iconic moment. I'm just happy the fans got the opportunity to celebrate with us, and all the people that came out on boats and all the people that were on the sides, cheering us on, and we just had a blast. I mean, it was the first ever boat parade, and it was an iconic one.
I know how special the cup was to you, winning it in St. Louis there, and not taking anything away from that one, no doubt about it. But I want to ask you about how the people have wrapped their arms around you and love you. It's one thing to win a championship, and you're always going to walk with that group forever. There's always going to be a love for that and appreciation. But I mean, you're a guy that you understand, like we were just talking about, reading the room and understand, having your finger on the pulse. Brother, like, people love you in Tampa. Like, I know you're a humble guy, man, and you've always been so generous with your time and your energy with me, and I can't thank you enough for that. But what is that like, Pat? Like, to know that, like, people, I told people today you're coming on, they're like, shit, man, we haven't watched all week. We're tuning in today to see Pat Maroon on the program. What is that like to be able to go to a place that you're not from here, but you're here now, to have them just completely wrap their arms around you and take you in as one of their own?
Yeah, it's really special. It means a lot to me, and obviously my family. Wasn't the all-star of the team, or I was just trying to be myself and be the guy that I am, big, funny, and lovable kind of guy. So very honored that the Tampa fans kind of took me in and appreciated my game, and were fans of me. Means a lot. I mean, obviously they can go to the Cooches and the Points and the Heddies and the Stamkoses and obviously the All Stars, but they really brought me in and really made me and my family feel special, and that's why one of the reasons too. The fans and the community is what kind of brought us back here, and I'm very honored, to say the least. It was a fun ride. We made it fun too. We made everyone during those runs and those cup runs, we wanted to make sure the fans were a huge part of it because all the sacrifices and they were there for the losses and there for the ups and downs and there for the wins. And I think the biggest thing for us is making sure the fans are a huge part of it because they are. They're the ones cheering us on and caring for us and being there every game and watching every game from home. And I think that's the biggest thing about our locker room too, is making them feel very welcome and very like you're a big part of this too. And that's one reason why Tampa organization's great.
And I'm sure people appreciate you, crazy ass, trying to freaking fight Chara that many times. You didn't back down for that big son of a gun anytime. All right, last one out of me before I let you go, and thanks again for the time. I want to ask you about Cooch because I know you've been very public in putting him up there with the elites. And I was up there, the lone Tampa media member up in Toronto a couple of years ago for the All-Star game, and I'm talking to different people, and they're like, "Yeah, McKinnon's got it in the bag. It's it's his turn to win MVP." And then I went to ask Nate himself, and he goes, "He's the one guy that I tune in to watch. Barzell, I love watching Kucherov." Dude, I mean, the guy's just he's on another level. And I know, I saw him. He was working out with your son as well. I mean, we know how great he is, what he does during the regular season. But just tell us about some of the behind the scenes work and the preparation that he does, in the offseason that really makes him go from a great player to really, one of the top 5 players in the game.
Well, I think people forget he's a really good human being too. Like, he's a better person. I know the media puts him as this, kind of tough love kind of guy, doesn't want to talk to you guys or gives one word answers. But he cares for the players. He cares for the human and wants everyone around him to get better. And, I'll tell you a quick story about Cooch. I just texted him this summer. I was like, "Hey, Anthony, be living with me this summer. Is there any way, I know you get on the ice really early, is there any way Anthony can train with you?" He goes, "Absolutely not." Like no, sorry. He said, "Absolutely, yes." Sorry. No. He said,
I was about to say, that's pretty good sarcasm from Cooch.
No, he said, "Absolutely, yes," without hesitation. And Anthony got to train with him all summer, and he talked to Anthony. Anthony learned from him. And the dedication that Cooch puts into his craft is like, I've never seen before. The little things that he does, he puts himself in game situations that he's going to have during the game, when he's going to have the puck on the wall or, on the half wall, how he picks it up, or the power play spot, or, end zone stuff. And I think that's what he does is, I mean, it's unbelievable. And I think he's top 3 player in the league, if not even better, the way he sees the game, his knowledge of the game, and, his kind of like he glides on the ice and his speed and his effortlessness. And I just think it's so unique. And, but I think the time and effort he puts into his game, that's why he's at the elite level with everyone else. And, it takes time, it takes patience, and he's always doing that, right? He's putting the time, he's being patient with himself. And I can't thank him enough for taking the time with Anthony this summer for 3 months to work with him and got him better and got him smarter. And Anthony got to watch how hard he works and the time and effort he puts in every single day into his craft, into his dedication to the game. So, and he's an even better person. Like, he cares for the human being. He wants everyone around him to get better. He cares about the person. I think people forget how good of a human being he really is. I know people see him in the media, but, that's sometimes you don't want to talk to the media. We all know that, Jay. But yeah, he's an unbelievable guy.
Yeah, he is, man. All right, the one and only Pat Maroon, Lightning ambassador, Lightning legend, one of the most beloved players in the history of Tampa Bay sports. That's no bullshit, my brother. I'm telling you, I've been here for over a decade, and I'm one of the few guys that covers all the sports. And yeah, there are not many people that are more loved than you, buddy. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're the man. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your new role, and I'll see you around the rink soon, man. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Jay. See you, man.
All right, pal.